Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandhar Vikagiri Dhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashatar Ashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudeva ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashatar Ashata Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar. Sorry, let me just start over. Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar. Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Goraksharas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Surup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shikor Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Nama Jai Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se Koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gora Mandala Vraja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradatta Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Shri अभिन्न वृंदावन श्री नवदीप धाम की जय जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि वो हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम्स कृष्ण माई दीदी गोकुलेश्वरी दीदी प्रजुम्न प्रभु मंत्र मूर्ति माता जी खाना खाना हलादार प्रभु. And let's see who else is there. Just checking the. Oh, there's nobody there on YouTube or Facebook. Interesting. I wonder if it actually worked though, because yeah, I think it's live. Let me just check really quick. Um. Oh, it's not live. It looks like. Wait a second. Just refreshing the screen. Okay, no, it is live. It's just nobody's there yet. All right. So, Dandavat pranams, everybody. So finally made it back home in Navadvip last night, and we have a new member of the uh household here. She doesn't have a name yet, but yeah, she just she's just starting to get to know me. She's still a little bit shy. But all right. So today I didn't have anything planned. What were but then I just thought last minute we could read the first English publication of my Śrīla Gurudev, Nityala Pravishya Shishimad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Maharaj, when I was in Vrindavan just a while. Yeah, I just came from Vrindavan. And while I was there, Vaijanti Mala Mataji, who is one of the main editors in GVP, she was looking through some of her things and she saw this little booklet. It's called Śriya Śuka. And I think it's actually the very first English publication. The very first book is Nectar of Govinda Lila, but this is just a tiny booklet. And I think this is probably the first like ever, anything printed in English by my Śrīla Gurudev. So um yeah, I thought we could read that this morning. And then tomorrow I don't know what we're gonna be doing. I don't have any plan yet. But the day after tomorrow, it's the Panchami, so it's an auspicious day, and I thought we could restart our Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara program, going through all the songs of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We will be going through. We finished going over the songs that he wrote on each anga of Sharanagati, but then the next section in his book Sharanagati um is the what is it? It's called Bhajan Lalasa. It's and yeah, he wrote songs based on the first 8 verses of Sri Upadeshamrita. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Um, all right. Oh, and in our WhatsApp group, I made a poll and I asked who's interested in memorizing the verses of Upadeshamrita. And it got 28 people said that they want to memorize. So yeah, that's kind of that'll be fun. At the end of the so what I'm thinking of doing is we'll start the program by going through the song of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and then at the very end we will um we will do a verse memorization thing like I was doing before with the Govardhan Vaspartana Dashakam. We'll do that same thing with the verses of Upadeshamrita. But I'll do it at the end of the program so that if for those who don't really want to memorize, then they don't have to join that. All right. Haribo Anadi Krishna Prabhu. Okay. Let me see if anybody's joined yet. It's strange. Usually there are. No, still. Okay, no, I see Sumanshil Ji is there. Hare Krishna. Seems like the number thing isn't working. So I can't really see how many people are joining because I got a comment, but it says there's no one watching. So anyhow, doesn't matter. Let's begin. Okay. Oh, that's the thumbnail I'm making for our next program. All right. Where are we doing? Okay, here it is. Śriya Śuka. So this, this is the very first English publication. So I don't actually know who did this book. Maybe Premvilas Prabhu? Maybe it mentions. Anyhow, we'll see. Śriya Śuka, by his grace, uh, Shishimad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. This is before we had any standards in our, this is like probably an unofficial thing. One second, let me just see if I can get a bit width there. Okay. So question. Prashnena, submissive inquiry. Does it mention when this was published? Okay, this was published in 1991 from the Rupanuga Bhajan Ashram. Isn't that Bhakti Gaurav, what's his name? Bhakti Gaurav Nrsimha Maharaj? I think that's his temple. BG Nrsimha Maharaj. Printed for Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Maharaj, Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math Seva Kunj Vrindavan by Rupanuga Bhajan Ashram. That's BG Nrsimha Maharaj, I'm pretty sure. That's Narad Muni. That is Tridandi Maharaj's name before he took sannyas. Okay. Actually, that was his name before he took shelter of Śrīla Gurudev. And then his name became Nanda Kishore after that. Okay. Submissive inquiry. Why hasn't Shukadev Goswami directly mentioned Srimati Radharani in on his discourse on Srimad Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit? So this is asked by Satyaraj Das Prabhu. Satyaraj Prabhu. Okay. Satyaraj, is that Stephen Rosen? I think so. Or is it Stephen Knapp? I always get those two names mixed up. Anyhow, all right. Now here's the answer. Upadekshyanti te jnanam. The saintly spiritual master will initiate you into divine knowledge. A reason given why Shukadeva Goswami didn't directly mention Srimati Radharani in the Srimad Bhagavatam is because Maharaj Parikshit had only 7 days to live, and uttering Srimati Radharani's name would have thrown Shukadeva into ecstatic trance for 6 months. In the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, it has been described, Shri Radha Nama Mantrena Murcha Sen Me Sikhi Bhavit No Chareta Mata Spashtam Parikshit Hitakrin Muni. I guess, I don't know. If Shukadeva Goswami uttered the name of Srimati Radhika, he would at once remember Radhika's pastimes. Due to the Radha Prem he would experience, he would become filled with Avishta Chitta, excited and fixed in remembering her pastimes and activities in the service of Krishna. It wouldn't be he filled with Avishta, he became Avishta, or his Chitta became Avishta, completely, deeply absorbed. Okay. He would then have become internally fixed on Krishna and externally inert for 6 months. Parikshit Maharaj had only 7 days to live, and Shukadeva Goswami wanted him to have the benefit of hearing the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. His worshipful deity. Why would Shukadeva Goswami go into an ecstatic trance at the mere mention of the name of Srimati Radharani? Srila Sanatana Goswami writes as follows in his own commentary to his Brihad Bhagavatamrita, first canto, chapter 7, verses 156 to 158. Okay, so this is the reason why Shukadeva Goswami never mentions the name of Srimati Radhika. It says, why doesn't, why would Shukadeva Goswami, I'm a bit spaced out right now. So this is why Shukadeva Goswami would go into ecstatic trance at the mere mention of the name of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani, and this is from Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Okay. Srimati Radharani was the worshipable deity, the Ishtadev of Shukadeva Goswami. When he used to utter the name of Radhika, he used to become Avishta Chitta, that is, internally spiritually excited and externally inert. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he is given the name of Radhika and other gopis in a hidden way, indirectly uttered. Shukadeva Goswami has therefore not uttered the name directly, but only indirectly. According to Ras Shastra, an indirect utterance is better than a direct utterance. So we see in most of the Ashtakams written by our Goswamis, they don't mention Krishna very often. It's very rare you'll see the name Krishna. Usually it will have all sorts of other names, Madhusudan or Agabhid, or like that. Veda Brahmanatma Vishayas Trikanda Vishaya Ime Parokshavada Rishaya Paroksham Mama Cha Priyam. Oh, this is a nice verse. I want to memorize this one. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 21, verse 35. The Vedas, divided into 3 divisions, ultimately reveal the living entity as pure spirit soul. The Vedic seers and mantras, however, deal in esoteric terms, and I'm also pleased by such confidential descriptions. So Krishna likes things to be a bit more indirect. Not Krishna's more pleased if we, don't just say everything in such a plain way, but things are more indirect. A Rasik Bhakta. So Shukadev Goswami also uttered the gopis' names indirectly, as in the Anayaradita Nunang Bhagavan Haririshvara, that verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:30-28. Anaya, by her who has aradito, perfectly worshipped. This refers to Shrimati Radhika. A Rasik Bhakta can understand that it was Shrimati Radharani, the one who has most perfectly worshipped Krishna, and the one that Krishna has taken away from the Rasasthala, and who he has disappeared with. It was only this gopi whose head and feet Krishna had decorated in a secluded place. Aradhito. But uttering the words Aradhito, which indicates Srimati Radharani, and which sounds so much like the name of Radhika, Shukadev Goswami became at once avishtat chitta. His heart is fully entranced and, absorbed, immersed in Srimati Radharani. After becoming so emotional, he changed the subject. Also in Srimad Bhagavatam 2:14, Shukadev Goswami uttered Radhasa, which defines Srimati Radharani as opulence. By the grace of Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami also says that in the Rasa Panchadhyaya of the Srimad Bhagavatam, or is it Rasa Panchadhyaya? Yeah, of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and in the Gopi Geet, in the Uddhav Sandesh, and in the Brahmar Geet, Shukadev Goswami has also carefully used other words to indirectly denote Srimati Radharani. We are grateful to Sanatan Goswami, for without his revealing these truths to us, we could never understand. Shukadev Goswami has used the words, what does that say? Is it kasachit or kshachit? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this verse. So kasachit maybe, doham hitva in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:29-5. The words tais tai padais in I'm just gonna say these are all chapter 30. So same chapter, verse 35. The words sa vadur anvatapyata, verse 38. And the words kachit karambhujam shorer in chapter 32, verse 4. And in the words kachim marukaram drishtva. Each of these quotes denotes Srimati Radhika and other gopis. Those who are Rasik Bhaktas with open eyes can see the names of the gopis and the name of Shri Radhika everywhere, but the blinds cannot see. The parrot of Shri. But why would Shukadev Goswami become so emotional at the mere mention of the name of Srimati Radhika? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is often stated, Shri Shukadeva Vacha. So every time we see Shri Shukadeva Vacha in Srimad Bhagavatam, we should understand that Shri means Śriya Shukadev, or the Shuka, the parrot of Shri. Who is she? Srimati Radharani. Jiva Goswami and Gopal Champu explains that this Shuka originally was Srimati Radhika's, and she used to sit on Srimati Radhika's left hand while she would affectionately feed him the seeds from a pomegranate fruit. She would pet him affectionately, telling him, Bolo Krishna, Krishna. This parrot would then sweetly utter the names of Krishna. One day, that Shuka flew away to Nandagram, to Krishna, who was sitting within a kunj, a garden, with his friend Marumangal and others. The Shuka sat on a branch of a pomegranate tree and very sweetly began to utter Krishna's name, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna looked toward the Shuka and was moved. The parrot spoke again. Oh, I am very wretched and unfortunate. I am Kritagna. I am ungrateful and don't recognize the good qualities of anyone, for I have left my mistress and have come here. He uttered this in such a pitiable manner that Krishna was both astonished and impressed. He at once took the parrot, who was Srimati Radhika's own, in his hands and began to fondle him, or caress him, right? That's probably the right word. Radha Bhagavatam. After Krishna's manifest Leela ended, by the order of Krishna, the parrot, to manifest Radha Bhagavatam, remained in this world. Later, he entered into the mouth of Vyasadev's wife and remained for 18 years. This Shukadev is Śriya Śuka, the Shuka of Srimati Radhika. This is why he was so rasik that he couldn't utter the name of Radhika. And what's the story that we sometimes hear? I mean, I might get details wrong, but oh, and Haribo Chatamai Mataji, I didn't see you before. Yeah, I might get some details wrong, but um, this is how I remember it: is Mahadev, Haribo, Mahadev was speaking Shrimad Bhagavatam to Parvati, and the entire Shrimad Bhagavatam. It's a very long time, and after a while, Parvati she fell asleep, and in the tree that Mahadev and Parvati were sitting under, just so happened that Shuka was there, Srimati Radhika's Shuka. And, this is after Krishna's manifest pastimes. And so, because Shuka had to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So when Parvati fell asleep and Mahadev, had his, I'm making up details here, but he had his eyes closed and, um, before Parvati Devi, maybe I'm not making up details, but Parvati Devi, she would say, she'd make some sounds, like, yes, oh, very nice, or, she'd make some noises. So Mahadev heard, but then she fell asleep, and Shuka didn't want Mahadev to stop speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. So Shuka he would copy the sound of Parvati Devi and say, "Oh, very good, very nice, continue on," like that. And so then Mahadev kept on speaking the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, and then he finished, and Parvati woke up, and um, then Mahadev said, and I Parvati said, like, I can't. Okay, now I'm making up details, but Parvati said, will you continue on? And he's like, I just spoke the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And then and she's like, "No, I didn't hear. I fell asleep." And then he said, well, then who is impersonating your voice? And then he saw Shuka on the tree there. And so then he said, oh, is this parrot? He was impersonating you. And so then he was so upset that he started chasing the parrot. And then the parrot was flying away from him, and he was chasing the parrot, like, because like, are you qualified to hear Srimad Bhagavatam? Like, only the qualified person should hear Srimad Bhagavatam. I think that was a detail. Anyways, then Shuka, he flew to where Vyasadeva was, and Vyasadeva was speaking Srimad Bhagavatam to to his wife. What's the wife of Vyasadeva? What's her name again? God, my memory is so bad. Anyways, but then so then the Shuka, she was listening to Srimad Bhagavatam and she was in complete astonishment, and her mouth was open. And then Shuka flew into her mouth, and um, then I guess he transformed into an embryo, and then that Shukadev Goswami took birth from, um, what's her name? Satyavati, is it? Anyways, yeah. All right. So let's continue on. I mean, this Shuka, did I say embryo? I don't know. But yeah, this Shuka the parrot transformed into Shukadev Goswami, who then took birth from. Yeah. Okay, so this Shukadev is Śriya Śuka, the Shuka of Srimati Radhika. This is why he was so rasik that he couldn't utter the name of Radhika. Other Puranas do mention Srimati Radharani directly, but these Puranas are nevertheless not 100% free from tinges of karma and gyan. The Srimad Bhagavatam is beyond the other Puranas and unique in its freedom from all goals other than the glorification of Krishna Bhakti. No hint of karma and gyan taint its pages. The goal of the Srimad Bhagavatam, in essence, even more than glorifying Krishna, is to glorify Srimati Radharani. This is so because Srimati Radharani possesses the most selfless love for Krishna, even more full than the other residents of Vrindavan, and even more than the other gopis. The glory of Srimati Radharani. This being true, the Srimad Bhagavatam thus mentions the glories of Srimati Radharani in practically every verse. Those who have eyes to see can see Srimati Radharani's name everywhere, in every verse. But Shukadeva Goswami has carefully spoken Srimad Bhagavatam so that these glories are mentioned only indirectly. This is natural, for one keeps those things dearest to him well hidden, protected from the unqualified who cannot appreciate them. As a chaste wife in public covers her head with her sari and uncovers it only in the presence of her husband, so Shukadev has presented the truth about Srimati Radharani in a covered fashion. Only the Rasik Bhaktas who possess the proper adhikar, the proper eligibility, can actually pierce Shukadev's covering. Another analogy can help us understand. The naked body of a woman is not beautiful, but if she covers her body with a fine transparent cloth and then water is poured on that cloth, each of her features are revealed. This is how to appreciate the beautiful features of a woman. Similarly, the glories of Srimati Radharani are only enhanced through the thin covering supplied by the author, the most intelligent Shukadeva Goswami. Hare Krishna Dadu, Dandavat Pranam, Dandavat. আমার ক্লাস চলছে আমি পরে দেখো হরে কৃষ্ণ হরি বল sorry okay. Covering Srimati Radharani's supreme position also enhances the ultimate revelation of those glories as things obtained with hardship. Sorry, let me just reread that because I got distracted. Covering Srimati Radharani's supreme position also enhances the ultimate revelation of those glories, as things obtained with hardship are appreciated more than those easily attained. The attainment of prem must include the overcoming of obstacles. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, having assumed the mood of Srimati Radharani. He tells us that the gopis are the best worshippers of Krishna. If Srimad Bhagavatam did not contain the glories of Srimati Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would never have touched it. But because Radha's glories are within every shloka, he embraced Srimad Bhagavatam close to his breast. Like oil hidden within mustard seeds, or butter hidden within milk, the glories of Srimati Radharani are hidden within the Srimad Bhagavatam, but the foolish cannot recognize him. The commentaries of Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, however, reveal those glories to us. Here are some Srimad Bhagavatam verses and the glorification of Srimati Radharani. Okay, 1. This is from Brahma. And this is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, verse 34. So these are the prayers of Brahma after the whole Brahma Vimohan Leela. Brahma prayed to become grass in Vrindavan so he could catch dust from the feet of all the Vraja residents. Uddhav, on the other hand, also wanted to become the grass of Vrindavan, but only wished to obtain the dust of one gopi. The word padarenu, dust from the feet, is singular in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-61. What is that? Padarenu abhikshnasa yasya hari kator kitam punati bhuvanatrayam. And also, I think it's referring to he wanted to become grass. So that's the famous verse. How does it go? How does it start? Asam aho charana renu shamaham sam vrindavane kimapti kul malataushadinam. Yadushajam sajanam arya patancha hitva bhejur mukunda paravim shutibir vimekra vimrikyam. He wanted the dust from the feet of that gopi who had gone off alone during the rasa dance. Who is that gopi? It is Shrimati Radhika. And 2. Krishna, after leaving the gopis during the rasa dance, was smiling with a mild, closed smile. Inside, the Lord felt some shame that he had caused the gopis difficulty. One gopi took the feet of Krishna in her lap. Another took his hand. And still another took another hand. One gopi mildly chastised him. A second gopi, with some sarcasm, said, "You are a very good friend." And one gopi was crying. That's Chandravali, Shamala, Parma, Lalita, and Bhadra. That's from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 32, verses 4-5 and 7-8. A fourth gopi stayed apart. This is verse 6. She expressed through her glance that Krishna was ungrateful, considering all that the gopis had. Yeah, sorry. So this gopi was expressed through her glance, a sharp glance at Krishna, and she's expressing that Krishna is ungrateful, considering all that the gopis had done for him. She showed her man, which is like anger towards him from a distance. This was Shrimati Radharani. These points are explained within the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Thus, the Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly Amala Puran, and without a doubt, the most authorized book. It is also a Ras Grantha and Siddhanta Grantha. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Śriya Śuka ki jai. Shri Vishwabhanunandini Srimati Radha Thakurani ki jai. Let's see the biography that was given for this about the author. His Grace Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Mahārāja is the world-renowned acharya of the Shri Keshavji Gaudiya Math at Mathura Dham, with its branches at Shri Navadip Dham, as Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, and Shri Vrindavan Dham, Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math, founded by Paramahansa Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. Narayan Maharaj, as he is affectionately known by his many followers, well-wishers, and friends, is a great inspiration for the sincere souls on their march back to Godhead. An eternal resident of Shri Vrindavan Dham, Narayan Maharaj is well versed in the essence of Raganuga Bhakti as taught in the line of Shri Chaitanya Dev and his followers, headed by Rupa and Sanatan Goswāmī. What messages we find flowing from his lips are just in accordance with the mandate of Shri Chaitanya Dev, that is, to worship the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Govinda with full surrender and dedication. There. So now we have read the very first English publication of my Śrīla Gurudeva. All right, so what? Oh, it's only 7:36. Anyhow, I think today will just be a short program. And tomorrow, I don't know what we'll do tomorrow. Maybe we should do something in honor of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, since we're restarting the Bhaktivinoda Gitidhara program. And yeah, just so you know, these programs I'm still working on the songbook on the Gaudiya Kiti Gucha, and there's still a lot of work left. And so I'm not gonna do a ton of preparation for the program, and it's gonna be pretty spontaneous, like all my programs have been while I'm working on the songbook. Once I do send the songbook to the printers, then I'll be able to, put a little bit of time into planning this programs. But yeah, for now, it's just gonna be, yeah, I'm just gonna wing it. I just heard from Anita Didi. Well, while I was actually, I heard it from her a little while ago, but she said that there are only 7 songbooks left in America. Maybe those 7 are finished by now. Um, and like yeah, so we only yeah, there are only 7 books, and it's from America that the books go to most other parts in the world. And so yeah, just there are no Gaudiya Giti Guchas available for anybody. And we're making a big shipment in January. And so I like need to get this songbook finished within this month, but that's not gonna happen. So we're gonna just try to get it ready as quickly as we possibly can. But so that's my only like main concern, and everything else is completely secondary. Um when I was in Vrindavan just now, we translated the 2 introductions written by Srila Bhaktivedānta Keshav Goswami Maharaj. They're very heavy, but also really inspiring. Um, really nice. So like and he really emphasizes how the songbook is not just it's not just something that you sing like just a book of songs, but it is something that well actually maybe I'm kind of putting it into you'll see it soon enough. Actually, I'll see if I'm allowed to read it with all of you here, or maybe we want to wait for it to be published first before I read it. But yeah, if I get permission, then I'd like to read it to you. And in his article, sorry, in his introduction, he references a a class that or like an article by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada called Ganer Adhikarike, who is qualified to sing. And so Srivas was actually right after I finished doing the introduction by Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Keshav Goswami Maharaj, my Param Gurudev, then I was just talking to Srivas about something, and he mentioned this Ganer Adhikarike. And I said, hey, that's the article that Param Gurudev is referencing, and Srivas is already working on it. And so that's also a really amazing article. We're thinking of making that the first article of the book. So when you open up the book, it's going to say, who's qualified to sing? And yeah, it's a really awesome article. Um, all right, I guess we'll end now. She doesn't have a name yet. We'll have to figure out what her name will be. But yeah. All right. I'll just do a quick Maha Mantra and then we'll end. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Oh, Chatamai Mataji saying, I hope we are all qualified to sing. Yes, the articles, the introductions and the articles are both very encouraging. They're not discouraging, but yeah, it mentions that these songs aren't. Oh, I mean, my brain is so foggy. I don't want to misquote it, but anyways, it's expressing that these songs aren't meant for just entertainment and just like a musical performance, but they are meant for sadhaks to really go deep into the moods, and they're meant to be, it's yeah. So that's what it's mentioning, but it's not saying that, um it does mention if somebody's trying to do it for um popularity, for money, to impress others, then yeah, that's not the way to sing these songs. But yeah. All right. All right. Dandavat pranams. Krishna Mai Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Chatamai Mataji, Kana Haladar Prabhu, and Suman Shil, Kishore Kumar Samal, Hare Krishna, Shash Sharma ji, Vilas Manjari Didi, and all the other devotees watching. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow for whatever we end up doing tomorrow. Right, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Radhe.